They call it the Emerald City, a jewel of the Pacific Northwest. But Seattle wasn't born from gems. It was forged in fire, built on mud, and raised by the relentless spirit of those who refuse to let it die. Today, it is a global titan of tech and culture. But to understand its future, we must look 175 years into the past. In November 1851, a small group known as the Denny Party landed on a beach they optimistically named New York Alki, New York by and by. What they found was a cold, rainy wilderness that nearly broke them. How did this isolated outpost, surrounded by towering evergreens and indigenous tribes, become the capital of the future? This is the full history of Seattle. If you're ready for a deep dive into the soul of the Northwest, make sure to like and subscribe as we journey through 2 centuries of evolution. Our story begins on a rainy beach in 1851. Chapter 1. The First Landing. The settlers didn't find gold. They found trees. Under the guidance of Chief Sial of the Duwamish and Suquamish tribes, they moved across the bay to seek a deepwater harbor. They renamed the settlement Seattle in his honor. A humble logging town was born, where trees were skidded down the hill to the mill, giving birth to the term Skid Road. Chapter 2. Out of the Ashes. On June 6, 1889, a single pot of boiling glue destroyed 29 city blocks. But Seattle saw opportunity in the ruin. The city didn't just rebuild, it regraded, raising the streets by an entire floor to solve drainage issues, leaving behind a literal underground city that remains a mystery to this day. Chapter 3. The Gateway. In 1897, the steamship Portland arrived with a ton of gold, and Seattle's destiny was sealed. It became the supply point for the Klondike Gold Rush. While others dug for gold, Seattle struck it rich by selling the shovels, the flour, and the dreams, transforming from a town into a metropolis almost overnight. Chapter 4. Wings of the Northwest. In 1916, William Boeing founded a company that would change the world. Seattle became an industrial powerhouse, fueling the Allied war effort in the 40s and ushering in the jet age. As the city soared, it also found its soul in the smoky jazz clubs of Jackson Street, where young Quincy Jones and Ray Charles began their careers. Chapter 5. The City of Tomorrow. 1962. The Century 21. Exposition. Seattle declared itself the city of the future. The Space Needle became an icon of American optimism and the burgeoning space race. This wasn't just a fair, it was a promise that Seattle would always be looking toward the horizon, leading the world into the next century. Chapter 6. Silicon and Sound. In the late 20th century, Seattle conquered the world twice. First through code, as Microsoft and Amazon rewrote the global economy from suburban garages. Then through sound, as the raw, distorted energy of grunge echoed from rainy basements to the top of the charts. Nirvana, Pearl Jam, and Soundgarden became the voice of a generation. Chapter 7. The Emerald Horizon. Today, Seattle is evolving again. From removing the eyesore of the Alaskan Way Viaduct to reconnecting the city to its waterfront, the transformation is relentless. In 2026, the world arrives for the FIFA World Cup, marking yet another milestone for a city that refuses to stand still. It remains a laboratory for social change and a beacon of innovation. Seattle was never meant to be a static monument. It is a living, breathing experiment. As we look to 2026 and beyond, we see the same spirit that landed at Alki Point, the hope of by and by. The journey is only beginning. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this history, like, subscribe, and tell us your favorite Seattle moment in the comments.